Hi, welcome to the 1 Liter Podcast. You will watch us drinking 1 liters of beer whilst talking about shies. Please like and subscribe. Welcome to the 1 Liter.
Cheers!
Cheers! Welcome! Prost! Welcome to the 1 Liter, everybody!
Alright. On today's agenda, we need to cover off some current stories.
Some current stories, beginning with
Johnny Depp's court case. The case that shocked the nation.
Amber No.
It's, yes.
So,
So,
we are your hosts, Philip Geet and Joel Kummerfoot. Today we will be starting off the show with Johnny Depp's court case. Now, I'm sure other people who run podcasts and other news outlets would have a bit more information, you know. So, but, you know, we half-ass it. We are drinking 1 liter, you know. Get such tinky for me.
we're only about a third of the way through.
Just a third. So basically, originally, when this stuff went down with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, I was just like typical uneducated idiot. I was like, oh man, I love Johnny Depp's movies, but if he's hitting women, fuck him, you know?
Yeah.
And then obviously my partner at the time was going on and on about how Amber Heard's manipulating and Johnny's alright. So I was like, oh, well, that's good. It's good to know that, you know, someone I grew up watching and I really idolize may be telling the truth that he's not this criminal. And so I kind of lost it, and I heard he had lost a divorce case. I think it was like $5 million or something. Ad-libbing. I may have it wrong. Mm-hmm. And then now, after she won the divorce case, she wrote a small blog or something like that in the Washington Post or the New York Times or something like that. I think it was the Washington Post. And she never mentioned Johnny Depp's name, but she made it out. She weaved it in there. So Johnny Depp's like, you effed me, you know, like my image, my everything about me has been besmirched because of you. And obviously he lost. I'm pretty sure this is the reason why he lost the role as Grindelwald.
Yes, so that's what I heard, but I don't know too much about it. And I was the same. I was like, yeah, whatever. He's obviously being a creep. I actually heard the blood story. The finger writing things in blood.
Yeah.
With his severed finger or something.
True.
And I was like, well, he's obviously a psycho, so he probably should. They probably just need to get rid of him because they can't be seen to cast someone like that.
Yeah.
But then I heard more Amber Heard stories.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the thing is, we'll get round to that blood finger because that's part of the story. That's very interesting. But one thing I have to say is I love Mads Mikkelsen, and I watched the new Harry Potter film, which was great. It was a brilliant film, very good.
I haven't seen it.
Mads did a great job. But my thing is his portrayal of Grindelwald changed the whole atmosphere of the movie. Like there was almost like a Disney, I'm not going to say comical, but there was almost like Johnny Depp's adaptation was very boisterous, subdued boisterous, and he had all these idiosyncrasies, and he had crazy characteristics. But when you see Mads is just like a determined, twisted guy, you know. So I think if Johnny was in it, it'd be a lot more brighter, I suppose.
Yeah. So, and he does that with a lot of his movies.
He does, yeah.
Obviously, because Jack Sparrow was not even originally a big character in the script.
Yeah, and he talks a lot about that in the court case.
Yeah. Oh, okay, does he? Yeah.
Oh, dude, he talks about it. Dude, here's the fucked up thing. Johnny Depp's never seen Pirates of the Caribbean. He never seen it, and he admitted it.
I heard that. What is that about?
I know. I mean, I know. I heard years ago that he's very modest and he doesn't really go and watch his films. But dude, Jack, I mean, if you're living it, then that's one thing. Like, oh, I don't need to see it. I lived as Jack Sparrow. But the thing is, like, it's not the same. You weren't really living. It was like cut, take, cut, take.
Not even just that, but do you know the first thing that popped into my head is when he gets eaten by the Kraken. That's all CGI. Like, he's just looking at a green screen.
Yeah.
He hasn't seen shit.
Why would you want to not see that? Exactly. Oh my God. Johnny, he's like, I'm living my own world, baby. I don't give a fuck. So anyways, he's suing Amber Heard for $50 million for defamation of his character, like ruining his character.
Yeah.
And I think she's reverse suing him for $100 million. But dude, I'm watching this case, like, sure, there are some, and I say some minuscule notes where you can be like, geez, fuck, Johnny, why'd you do that, dude? But at the same time, I think a lot of it is due because, like, the whole case, they're trying to pin him for drug abuse, alcohol abuse,
yeah,
and all that jazz. But everything, Johnny's witnesses have been brilliant, and like just Johnny getting up and testifying. Like, I think his lawyers would have been like, look, man, you had a pretty shitty upbringing. Your mum was a bit of a psycho, and your dad was very subdued and just copped it. Never raised a fist to her. And so I think Johnny's taken from his father's side. He's just like, because every single recording of him and Amber fighting, it's like Johnny's like, she's like, where are you fucking going? You're always leaving. You always try to run away. You're a coward. You're trying to run away from our arguments. What kind of person who would be like? I don't want to sound biased because I know I'm totally pro Johnny, but like if I get into the details, it's I'm gonna just sound like a total fanboy. Like you got to keep a neutral head about it. But
I saw the clip of him like angrily slamming cupboard doors and stuff, which is like, but then you think about it, they were on drugs a lot.
Yeah,
and
totally.
Alcohol.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're saying, oh, look at sober Johnny got real angry and slammed some cupboard doors.
Yeah, and even then, dude, he's not harming her.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, because he used to say his mum would just berate him, and then his dad, the only thing his dad would ever do aggressively would get up and punch the wall and walk away. So it's almost like Johnny is embodying his dad's coping mechanisms. Yeah. And so, yeah, like and a lot of the times you're listening to these recordings that Amber Heard's defense is using, and there are times when like Johnny's just like high and he wants to be left alone, and she's like poking and prodding him, but recording it. She's literally and there's a part where Johnny's like really depressed and he's got a fucking cooking knife, like a scream knife. Jesus. And I think he was like threatening to cut himself, and she was like, "Don't do that, Johnny, boo boo boo." And the dude is in pain, like he's like I'll fucking cut myself. Get the fuck away from me, almost, you know. So, and you know what would be funny? What I was thinking while I was watching it, I was like, can you imagine? Because like I know a lot of people who are watching this as well, and it's televised in America. I'm pretty sure it's like a news station is televising it. Can you imagine if eventually like corporations are like, you know what? We can make this we can commercialize this, you know? Brought to you by Pepsi, the Johnny Depp case. Will he win or will he lose?
Absolutely would be commercialised.
Totally.
They're making money of streaming that, for sure. I remember there was like a clip that I saw when the Ukraine attacks, I don't want to say war, but attacks were first happening. And it was literally footage of it, and it would go into the smaller screen with the ad banner on the side. Like, really?
Yeah.
Gotta make that money.
The Ukrainian Burger King. We have the new Whopper Burger. Burger King just arrived in the Eastern Europe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, right. Okay, so monetize that, why don't you?
Jesus Christ. That's nuts.
So
I wouldn't put it past the Americans, though. For real.
So, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right there.
Exactly.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny D.
So the thing that I saw of the court case was Amber Heard shitting in his bed.
Now this was...
And just the way he addresses it.
Yeah.
The human fecal matter.
Yeah.
The delivery.
The delivery,
Human fecal matter.
You see Joe laughing at him? Joe Rogan was like, the delivery.
Yeah, that's the clip I saw when they're playing it and
true.
showing... I can't remember her name. Damn. Yeah, when they're discussing it.
Do you know what the sad thing about that story was? Johnny Depp's mother was actually dying. Like, she passed away in the hospital. And around that time, and God, I hope I'm right, and I hope I'm not ad-libbing here. I hope I have my timeline right.
Yeah.
But Johnny and her had an argument, as always. Johnny always brings it up. He's like, she just keeps pushing me, man. I don't know what I'm... I feel like he's just going to explode and Elvis is going to pop out. I've reincarnated through his pain, you know? But anyways, around the time, so they had an argument and she's like, fuck you, I'm going to go to Coachella. And Johnny's like, I'm going to go visit my mother who's dying in hospital. So he went out, saw his mother who passed away, took his kids and stuff. Amber Heard's kicking at 300 in Coachella. Yeah, come on, baby. Yeah. And he gets back. No, he wants to come back to pick up some of his belongings because he's got like 50 million. He's got like he rented out the entire penthouse. The top penthouse is like five mini like apartments in this penthouse, and he owns all of them. And he gave his mate who's an artist one of them. It's great. He's such a generous guy. And But he has another home elsewhere, somewhere in California. So he's like, I can't deal with her. I'm just going to go here. But I've got a lot of valuables back at the penthouse. So he goes back to he wants to go back to the penthouse, and one of his security guys calls him. He's like, don't come back here. And he's like, why? And he's just like, I think either he sent him a picture or he explained to him. No, he sent him a picture. And so Johnny's like, Jesus Christ. Or maybe he went and saw it. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But anyways.
What was
I'm pretty sure
in the penthouse.
Exactly. But and his argument was that this thing was a human log. Like, he's got these tiny little chihuahua, like, poodle moodle dogs. And their shits are like little pebbles.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
and she was like, it's the dogs.
Yeah.
It was the dog.
Yeah, but here's the thing that interests me. Like, when you take a dump, maybe, and I apologize for the female listeners out there, forgiveness. When you...
Forgiveness!
The first thing that exits is usually a log, correct?
Yeah.
And then everything else is like... So, like...
Rapid fire.
How did she leave a perfect log without other discharge on the bed? Like, did she... I'm thinking maybe there was a second man. You know, a second gunman. Like, a gunman in the tower took a
spotter.
shit.
There was a spotter.
Yeah. Tony, come over and shit on this thing for me. I'll give you 20 grand and then I'm going to like plops it on the bed. So, like, obviously there's that. And I'm pretty sure Johnny didn't go into detail, but from what I've heard, when she got back, Johnny questioned her about it. And then she was like, you know, denied it, and then called up a friend, and then was like talking to her friend while she was sitting on the couch going, can you believe Johnny, like talking out loud? He actually thinks I shat on the bed when it was clearly the dogs. And her friend and Amber were laughing at Johnny while he was just standing there looking at her. She was basically like,
he was there,
really just like, yeah, you're such an idiot, Johnny. Like, I can't believe it. So Johnny Depp was like, fuck you. And there was no mention of her being sorrowful that his mother died. I'm sure there was a moment where she came home and hugged him and kissed him and shit like that. And then when Johnny asked, complete sociopath just flipped on him, you know? You'd think you'd be like, all right, listen, this is a serious allegation you're accusing me of, but your mother's just died, and I'm probably high on fucking dingers in Coachella.
Which is why she can't say that.
Yeah. But I'm going to leave you alone. I'm going to leave. But, you know, I'm sorry about your mum or whatever like that, you know? Johnny could have been like, I've got the house to myself. And so there's that. But no, she just fucking got into him. So at the end of the day, everyone, you look at all the YouTube comments, Johnny Depp is going to win this, but by some kind of disgusting chance he loses, he's won the people over. And I pray that he gets back behind the camera because... he's a treasure.
The thing that I've been seeing is like his comment, like there's obviously clips and stuff of just the comments he makes, and then the actual courtroom starts laughing.
Yeah,
like,
they love him.
Genius. Genius. He's making him laugh.
He's got this. He's making him laugh. Oh, so
televised in the States. So you're just flicking through channels and you go, oh, here's the court case.
I'm pretty sure a news channel.
I want to watch the whole thing.
Like, from start to finish. Because it's funny, when you watch some of the YouTube videos, you'll be watching it and then the judge will like, you know, be like, okay guys, we're going to break up for 15, 30 minutes. And then you'll see the news reporter will come and be like, I'm standing out front of the courthouse, all right, they're taking a current break right now, but we'll get back to, we'll bring it after these sponsors. Coming to jail. If you don't
monetize.
If you don't buy the new McCluckin' Mega Burger, you're going to jail.
Exactly. Monetize jail time. Now,
this is a great beer, by the way.
Oh, it's good, isn't it? It's good.
Hell yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we didn't make it out to the Bavarian to get the 1 liter. So my dear friend Philip Gitt has purchased 1 liter Steins, traditional, and he has purchased a delicious beer that isn't our usual.
Yeah, it's German. German beer is always superior, obviously. But what I was going to say with this Johnny Depp thing, it's obviously a serious court case and stuff. But I want to know, if you owned a penthouse and you were sent a picture of your wife or a picture of a log of poop in your bed, what is your response to this? This is your wife. You think she's the one. You didn't sign a prenup. He's an idiot for that.
Didn't sign the fucking prenup.
He is an idiot for that.
I mean, he owns Ireland, so like I guess she owns half the island now.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm going to this end with the Katiki. You go to that end. Half. Eddie, I want half. Well, can I say that I was in Johnny Depp's? Can I say, oh, okay, so...
In his position, like you're a famous actor, you're literally like, Captain Jack Sparrow.
The same shit that happened to Johnny, can I say that happened to me as well? Or is this just me personally? No connection to Johnny?
Oh, let's just say you personally, because...
Okay.
Because otherwise we're just speculating on what Johnny should have done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if she had treated me the way Amber had treated Johnny, personally, I'd be like, this is it. This is the last straw. And Johnny says it as well, like, this is it. So, the belittlement, the insults, the abuse, she threw bottles at him. Mm. She punched him in the face. To get back to the finger real quick.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask.
Dude, have you seen pictures of his finger?
No.
There is no fucking way in hell, no amount of drugs would possess Johnny to write his name in blood on the wall. His literal... Dude, I thought he just had a cut. His literal end of his finger was like gone. Severed. So you could see the darkness inside his finger.
That's why they said cut the finger off.
Yeah.
Because it was literally the tip of the finger.
So the bottle had gone. He had his hand on the bench. The bottle must have just smashed and just torn. I'm surprised the rest of his fingers didn't get slammed up. Because I remember watching Mythbusters, and I remember they did one where they had like a gel dummy or something like that, and it was like, can human beings actually survive being smashed through windows like they do in the movies?
Yeah.
And they did it, and it was like, or like coffee tables, it was like, hell no. Like they did a couple of tests with the dummies. They had like giant shards, like ruler-sized shards of glass embedded in the body.
Them.
So dude, if you ever see a movie where like someone gets smashed through a building and they get up and like dust it off, it's bullshit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've witnessed a punch through a window, and it cut his arm right up.
People can die from that shit.
Yeah,
dude.
it's
like,
bad.
If you're wasted and blood loss, check it out, guys. Yeah. But so no way Johnny did that. But I would basically go, okay, if there's if Johnny Depp had any kind of like inkling that she was recording, or she could have used anything against him, I would have been like, okay,
yeah,
shit my fucking bed, okay.
Yeah.
I would get a camera. I would set up cameras because she was at Coachella. I would get cameras set up because he could pay for a zillion cameras. The dude's a gazillionaire.
Yeah.
I'd get cameras set up in the house, and I would get a week of myself and her, and then I'd be like, boom, collate that information. And then I'd be like, Amber, here's the divorce papers. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And then she's obviously going to reel out all this shit. And then I'd be like, guess what? I have a week's worth of you fucking me over.
That's right.
So, yeah, that would be me. What about you?
Yeah, no, that's too much. That's too much.
Fecal matter.
Yeah.
Poo particles where you sleep.
Human poo in your bed where you sleep.
It's not cool.
Human shice.
The shice that just won't quit. Like, you would have had to burn those sheets. I wouldn't be surprised if you fucking, like, disposed of that bed, too.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
I mean, with the amount of... If you're making Johnny Depp kind of money, you'd just get a new bed, right?
Yeah,
You just get a new mattress at the minimum.
Exactly. Can you imagine if Johnny Depp was, like, this crazy, like, moustache twirling super genius, and he's like, yo, to the security guard... Take a shit in my bed, bro. I'm going to blame it on her because I'm totally an idiot. Can you imagine? Because security guard was
another theory, isn't it?
He was on the scene, like... I mean, it all steers to her vindictive nature.
Yeah. But why... Yeah, I was going to say, but why is she then going, Johnny thinks I shat in the bed when it's clearly the dog's? How come she is not completely disgusted by it? If it wasn't hers...
Exactly.
She would react completely different.
Yeah. Like, if you're lying, if someone accuses you of something, you'd be like, what? No, don't fucking do that.
Unless it was a security guard that shat, and she thought it was the dog's.
True.
Genuinely.
He's like, I gotta go to these tacos last night. Enchiladas. Oh, God.
It wouldn't be a log then, would it?
No, true.
Definitely
it'd
not.
be a Jackson Pollock.
So, have you heard the theory that it's all... This is conspiracy... Obviously, people are gonna label it.
The big C, yep.
Have you heard the this is all just distraction? Like it's all taking over the media and distracting you from what's happening in the background. I don't know what's meant to be happening in the background.
Yeah.
There's probably plenty of things.
I mean, I feel like there's, I mean, if I asked the people at work, if I asked 10 people at work, maybe one of them would be like, oh, I've heard about it. So I think it's a very specific amount of people who are watching it.
I reckon everyone's heard about it,
Yeah.
but whether they've looked at, like, I didn't know anything
Exactly.
until I started seeing clips, snippets.
Exactly. But when 2 planes crash into a building or Russia invades Ukraine, that's when you're like, eyes are glued to the screen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think...
But if it's fully televised in America, maybe there's a lot of people
really
over
jumping
there
on
that
it,
are
yeah.
glued to the screen as well.
Yeah.
And maybe that's where the distraction theory comes from.
Well, on YouTube, true, but I mean, like they could pull some really gnarly shit to really distract us if they wanted to. I feel like this is pretty
mild,
It's pretty
yeah.
meager, yeah.
Well, that's
This is good.
you know what else is happening in the world right now?
Nicaragua and the cocaine. Now what?
Another big story, which could be classed as a distraction, if you will. Elon Musk just bought Twitter.
He just bought Twitter.
He just bought fucking
Yeah,
Twitter.
what was it like 400 something million?
44 billion.
Billion.
Yeah. So
What is he going to make back in revenue though?
1,000 million. I don't think it matters to him. That's the whole thing.
True.
So I don't know what you think of Elon Musk, but he's Iron Man.
Dude,
he is like my hero.
I love Elon Musk. I think I know, dude. I've seen videos recently where people like, I'll watch an Elon Musk video on Instagram and be like, so cool, and then I'll look in the comment section because I want to see.
Hating.
Everyone's like, oh, he's trying to get those chips in our ears so like everyone can be tracked, and like he has all this stuff to say about like trans people and stuff, which sucks. I mean,
Yeah.
it totally sucks, and I think. I think with someone of his caliber should be focusing on more things that are interesting and not making idiotic comments like that.
Yeah, I think it's because he's very scientific and physics.
Totally.
And he would just be like, biologically, this is what's going on with all that shit.
But I mean, yeah, exactly. But I love Elon Musk. You're right, dude. That was a perfect example. I was going to say like he's like our super brain, like Wayland Yutani. Did you ever watch the Alien film? So in Alien, there's a guy called Wayland, and he was like put the world way ahead. However, Iron Man is a great referst. That's a great reference. He is our fucking Iron Man.
That is a common reference.
Totally?
So
Really?
So probably not everyone knows this. I'm a bit nerded up on Elon at the moment because
I fuck with Elon.
I've just read his book about him, not by him, but basically biography. But it was released in 2016 when he was only worth $10 billion. Now he's about 300. Well, he's hit 300 and gone back down. But he is. But wait. Where were we?
We were on how cool he is and what he's doing.
Iron Man reference.
Man, yeah.
So Robert Downey Jr. went to the SpaceX factory to meet Elon before he played Iron Man because people were saying Elon is like the real life version.
It's like what, 2009, 2008?
Yeah, back then when he was still like a startup space company and a startup car company.
Yeah.
Like going through the whole collapse of the economy in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
So he was struggling, but Robert Downey Jr. literally took a tour of the factory and was like taking things from Elon to make his character.
So he wanted that philanthropist, scientist.
Yeah, exactly.
And he modeled Elon Musk.
Dude,
Elon. What a flex for
Hustle.
Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Dude, if I was Elon Musk, my next press conference, I'd come out in Iron Man and be like, I'm here to save the world, everyone.
Well, it's basically a flex even for Robert Downey Jr.
Oh,
He's
totally.
now the richest, publicly richest person in the world.
Really? He's the richest paid actor?
No. Elon, I mean. So
Right, I was
Robert
going to say,
Downey Jr. would be
I
like...
thought The Rock.
Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. would be like, oh, wow, flex for having an early tour of the factory.
Yeah.
But, so Elon has a full-sized Iron Man suit statue in his factory in SpaceX. So
that's so cool.
There's two-way street. He's like, hell yeah, Iron Man. And Iron Man's like, hell yeah, Elon.
Dude, so there's a page I have on Instagram. It's just like anecdotal information, current information. And they had each week every couple of days they were dropping part 1 of Elon Musk, part 2 of Elon Musk, etc.
Oh, yeah.
And some of the information, dude, him and his friend back in college hired out like a frat house kind of building.
Yeah.
And then charged people so they could fucking, make...
Apparently, according to the book, that was all Elon because he was not a drinker.
Right.
So he would be like, oh, how can I make something of this if we're organising it and cleaning everything up? So he charged people and he just took care of the business part of a frat party.
Awesome, hey. So here we go. Elon Musk, part 1, first millions. Elon Musk had said he thinks human personalities are 80% nature and 20% nurture. I fuck with that.
I fuck with that. So that just reminded me back to, that's my favourite thing that people say about, look, he's just trying to chip us so he can control us. And I just feel
the guy's a total humanitarian.
No, but I was like, do you know what he's developing these Neuralink brain chips for?
Yeah.
Nobody would know.
Yeah.
He's literally trying to make paraplegic people walk again.
Exactly.
With a chip in their brain.
Totally.
So I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, alright. He's cool.
He's pretty good.
Can you imagine though, protesters protesting at the front of SpaceX, and then Elon Musk walks by, pulls up in a car, and then like a 15-year paraplegic walks out of the car with his exoskeleton or something, and they both look at the crowd. The crowd would be like, okay.
Yeah,
literally. How could you?
Literally.
At the age of 12, he sold a computer game for $500. At 17, he moved to Canada for college, etc., etc. Musk spent 2 years studying in Canada before transferring to the University of Pennsylvania, an elite US university. Musk claimed to have paid for school himself. He and his roommate Adio rented out a large house near campus and transformed it into a nightclub.
Mm-hmm.
As many as 500 people would show up. Adio said, but I'd go up to Elon's room and pound on the door, and he's in there alone playing a video game.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that amazing?
I believe that.
And then, okay, so fast forward, the company, so he was part of like some kind of like, what did he do? Elon graduated with a degree in physics and economics, then enrolled in a PhD program at Stanford in 1995. But he dropped out after 2 days to launch a startup called Zip2 with his brother Kimball. Musk said he slept on a couch in the office, coding at night, 7 days a week, or as a time, he said. The company produced digital city guides with phone numbers, addresses, and maps for newspaper companies. Genius.
So this is back when the internet was fresh.
Yeah, like mid-1990,
1996. Yeah. So it's like nobody had done that.
Exactly. In 1999, after striking contracts with the New York Times and Chicago Tribune, they sold the company. Elon took home $22 million fucking dollars.
Yeah, man.
Dude.
That's the first one, dude. That's the tiniest one. Then he did PayPal.
Yeah, he did fucking PayPal. So then in 2000, X.com merged with Confinity, an online bank. The merged company brought Musk back as CEO of this original company, kicked him out. It didn't last. He was fired by the end of the year. The company renamed itself PayPal.
Yeah.
PayPal, dude, this guy's a legend. He's got a legacy.
So they actually merged with people that were developing a PayPal thing, and the controversial thing is he didn't like the name PayPal. He wanted to keep going with X.com.
Come on, Elon. Yeah.
Because
he liked porn, you know.
Yeah, it sounds pornographic, but he wanted to, it still doesn't exist what he wanted to do. So what he sounded like he wanted to do was do like a centralized online banking system with like fast transactions. So it sounds like crypto early ideas to me.
Indeed, it does.
So quick transactions, and there's still no platform that does what he apparently planned to do with X.com. But then people made PayPal, and it just took off because of eBay.
And he kept the X though. He's got SpaceX, so he's like, fuck you.
Yeah. But that guy.
It didn't last. He was fired. I just want to go over this because he's still young here. He was fired by the end of the year. The company renamed itself PayPal and was purchased by eBay for $1.5 billion. Musk made $176 million from the deal. This is the early 2000s. Musk turned 30 in 2001. So he had upwards to $176 million before he turned 30 in 2001.
Yeah.
Fuck my ass. with a cactus. My God.
And then reinvested it all.
And reinvested it all.
He's a crazy, mad scientist genius. He, yeah.
Anyway, back to what... Anyway, so, you come home, your mother's just passed away. Oh, no, we won't use that, because...
Oh, yeah, no.
We won't use that.
We're on our own.
You come home, and your partner, who gives you a hard time, who you married, has shizered on your fucking $300,000 bed, I'm assuming, with your Versace sheets.
It's done. It's done.
Yeah.
Like, you don't...
How would
come
you...
back from that.
Would you have called her while she was still at Coachella? Would you have waited and just sat at home
so she's at
with
Coachella.
a spinning chair in the darkness? Yeah. You know, he spins around the chair and your hands are intertwined. Where have you been?
Nah, see, I'm more of a plotter, so I think I would be waiting. I don't blow
as
out
opposed
the
to her,
portion.
who is a plopper, right?
On the bed.
So you were saying you don't blow things out of proportion.
Well, I wouldn't blow up there and then. Like, it would be like my mind is evil. It will stew there and it will develop an evil plan of reveal.
I love it. So are we talking like you're drawing like blueprints, or like would you just sit?
I don't know. It would have to be like a really... When I say my mind would come up with a plan, I also do give a lot of benefits of the doubts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I give them out. I give the doubts of the benefits of the doubts.
I'm passing them out. Them out. Yeah.
So I would be like, well, maybe she didn't do it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm open to listening to the other side. Yeah, whatever.
So would you be questioning your security as like, you shat today, bruh? Have you taken a shit today?
What did you eat yesterday?
Yeah. Was there corn in it?
That's the first question, yeah. Was there corn in your food? Yeah, no, that's not going to fly. It's not going to fly.
No.
And, like, that, it should really be a wake-up call of, like, hey, maybe we're doing too many drugs. You know? maybe we shouldn't get so fucked up all the time.
Yeah. I'm neglecting the fat. She's taking a shit, you know?
Yeah. Maybe we gotta change something of our lifestyle, you know, so we don't shit the bed.
Yeah.
Per se.
Yeah. Literally. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, two very interesting current affairs.
Totally. I mean, I wish I had more information. Oh, one last thing that was great about this is that I'm not sure if you've seen, but back around, I'm not sure what time Edward Scissorhands came out, but Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder were like the cutest couple ever. They were like the cute goth couple.
Mm.
Black hair, young, youthful, gorgeous. And Johnny Depp, you could tell, was madly in love with her.
Mm.
Like, and I'm pretty sure Winona Ryder broke it off. But Johnny Depp had tattooed Winona Ryder's name on himself. He was madly in love.
What's he done with it?
I'm pretty sure he's tattooed over it, but dude, they were beautiful, man. If these two had stayed together, they would have been like, you know, the elite, right?
Yeah, but like,
but the great thing is,
look at his chiseled square face.
he's yeah.
He
I mean,
looks,
I
he
wonder
looks
if
like a mobster now.
he does. Yeah. What do you mean? But I wonder. Yeah. I wonder if Amber Heard, like, while she's porking Johnny's giving her the old drugged up fucking. She's like. She's got like a picture of Johnny from the 90s. She's like, fuck me, chocolat, you know, like, you know, you see that movie, Chocolat?
Just looking at his, yeah, you're chiseled.
Yeah, give it to me, crybaby. But Winona Ryder is going to be one of his witnesses sometime soon. Maybe even today, I'm not sure. But dude, I can't wait to see the way she talks about him and he smiles at her like.
How long is this court case? Like,
oh, dude. I'm pretty sure Johnny has two that I know of. I saw on a YouTube comment someone had the know-how. He said Johnny has two more witnesses. I'm not sure if she's going to take the stand because, dude, she's getting obliterated. Yeah. She's getting fucked. Like, he's got this in the bag, so
she has nothing. She has no leg to stand on.
Unless she comes out with some crazy evidence that nobody knew about where he's, like, fucking shoved a cactus up her bum. I'm pretty sure Johnny's going to clean up.
Yeah. Now you need to polish that Van Liter off, my Fräulein.
All right, that was
Philip Geach is already done with his.
Philip Geach has polished it off. I hope you guys have enjoyed this podcast. It wasn't as hyperactive as our usual, but we got to keep up this times. We can't be running around like some crack baby with the strudel in its mouth.
Please like and subscribe. Hi.